Woman is now suing music mogul Sean Combs, claiming he sexually assaulted her when she was just a teenager.
The woman claims the president of Combs' Bad Boy Records picked her up when she was just 17 years old and still in high school. This was back in Michigan in 2003. She was flown in a private jet to New York and met with Combs during a recording session. The woman claims that Combs and others got her drunk and then took advantage of her before putting her on a plane back to Detroit. Diddy has steadfastly denied the allegation.
Welcome back. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing new allegations of sexual assault. This time, a woman claims the rapper drugged and sexually assaulted her in New York City back in 1991. He is denying the allegations, but these new claims come exactly 1 week after Combs settled a separate lawsuit involving his ex-girlfriend Cassie, who accused him of sex trafficking, rape, and domestic abuse. NBC News correspondent Steve Patterson joins us now on this from Los Angeles. Hi, Steve. So tell us more about the allegations and why the victim chose to come forward now.
No, Savannah, the allegations are horrific. And if you include not only Sean Diddy Combs, but his associates, this is actually the third lawsuit in as much time levied against Combs and his inner circle. This one, as you mentioned, stems from 1991. A Syracuse University college student says that Sean Diddy Combs took her out to dinner, that she was drugged, and that she was drugged for the purpose of a sexual assault, and that she was so drugged that she could not fight back against said sexual assault. There's also the accusation that the sexual assault itself was recorded as a form of revenge porn, and that tape was shown to several people, including a member of the 90s R&B group Jodeci. The accuser says that she was so hurt and so confused and so traumatized at the time that she didn't file anything, that she didn't follow up, but that she did follow up following that incident with a police report in both New York and New Jersey, and that she's coming out 30 years later, because this Sex Adult Survivors Act in New York was set to expire just a day before she filed suit in New York. But the true inspiration, of course, was the lawsuit filed by Cassie and the inspiration from that. Savannah.
And Steve, have we heard any response here from Combs? I mentioned that he's denying the allegations, but anything else specific from him or his legal team?
Yeah, we've heard from his legal team. I'll read a quote from you. This is in part. It says, quote, "The last-minute suit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. The accuser's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her. This is purely a money grab."
Sean Diddy Combs want the sexual assault lawsuit against him dismissed. They filed a motion in court claiming the plaintiff cannot recall the day or time of year when the alleged assault happened, and too much time has now passed. The suit was filed in December in New York and accuses Combs of sex trafficking and gang rape. He denies those allegations. The woman that is suing Combs says that she was 17 at the time of the alleged assault back in 2003. Now, you may recall back in March, Combs' properties both here in L.A. and Miami were raided by federal authorities in a sex trafficking investigation. Combs is now named as a defendant in several recent sexual abuse lawsuits. Combs and his attorneys have denied all of those allegations.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, the man with more names than a witness protection program participant. This music mogul's known for three things: hit records, business brilliance, dude's a billionaire after all, and a never-ending carousel of scandal that would make a Kardashian blush. Let's just say his name pops up more often in headlines than a clickbait article about celebrity baby bumps. Whisper about illegal activities clinging to Diddy like glitter on a bad New Year's Eve outfit. But hey, that's what conspiracy theories are made of, right? One thing's for sure, Diddy's life is more dramatic than a reality TV show with a reunion special every other week. Maybe he should just channel all this drama into a hit song Can't Get Enough of These Headlines. It's been case after case for the business mogul, and it doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. You can't just help but to bless his lawyers for overworking their bones from not getting him jailed so far from the constant scandalous accusations placed on him. It's even far crazier when it seems to be something he's been doing for quite some time, and in fact involves everyone's #1 sweetheart, Justin Bieber. The baby crooner.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother. Everything's good.
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you haven't. You try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Okay. 55. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm here to because you've been a big supporter of mine, all jokes aside. This right here is my young brother right here. He's been a big supporter of mine. My album's coming out, and we got the crew going around now. You in New York City, and we got the Dirty Money crew. And we wanted to make you an official member of the Dirty Money crew.
Are you
all right?
serious?
There you go.
That is
Justin
that
Bieber.
Is swag.
Is it your swag? And then you got to do the swag walk too.
Okay.
I got to show you the swag walk.
You show me the swag walk.
And Scooter, Scoot, manager, mogul extraordinaire, you too.
I just got much cooler.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Money.
Dirty money. Okay, so when we walk down the streets of New York, we hit them like this. So me and you walking, we hanging out, a little later on the night after the Usher concert.
You don't get those ladies, right?
Yeah, after that, the ladies, we in the street, Times Square. We go, swag. Swag. You see that? You see my hand right there? That's pushing the hate back. There's a lot of hate sometimes.
Right,
Swag. 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 Try it.
So this hand?
Yeah, hand.
Okay.
This hand. Push it back like you're pushing the wind back. Swag. Ooh. You got it, son. You got it. That's right, my boy Bieber, official member of the Dirty Money crew.
Alright, I'm chilling with my big bro Diddy right here. You gotta go get his album. It's Last Train to Paris. It is, it's gonna be the greatest album you've ever heard. It's got a lot of cool songs, a lot of people on it. You got
Drake on there.
Lil Wayne.
Chris Brown.
I
wanted to do a song with you, but you was on tour.
He was gonna do a
Usher,
song.
Big Brother Usher.
Big Brother Usher. So everybody's on this album. Go get this album. Get it. Last Train to Paris.
Yeah, get it.
We're out.
Peace.
All right.
It appears that P. Diddy took Justin Bieber under his wing at a tender age, but even the young pop sensation sensed something off about the man. There's a palpable sense of discomfort in the air, with Justin reportedly wanting to distance himself from Diddy's influence. Kudos to Justin for recognizing the red flags, but in the world of celebrity mentorship, breaking free might not have been as easy as it seems. It seems it was unsuccessful, almost like P. Diddy was raising Justin the same way he raised Usher, taking him to wild parties at quite a very young teenage age. Almost like a family of groomed children, the way he makes Justin call Usher Big Bro Usher, it's telling quite a lot.
and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I ain't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
In the early stages of his career, the baby singer and the producer were practically joined at the hip. But as the singer grew both personally and professionally, their sightings together became scarcer than a Yeti sighting. It's like they went from best buds to weird acquaintances faster than you can say hit single. It seems while being young, Justin was initially featured on Diddy's album, only for him to be featured on later on Diddy's Love album. A full circle moment indeed, or could there be reasons why Justin wasn't featured initially? Was it Diddy's intention to try and hide the superstar in a way when he couldn't get full custody of him from Usher? And was he successful to an extent? Maybe that could explain why Justin seems to appear distant from the producer as the year goes. It seems he knows enough information on Diddy, enough information for him to slowly stay away from the producer.
Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
Diddy-fied. Hashtag no Diddy.
Hashtag no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Do you have any views on Usher? Because a lot of things have come back to where
Usher.
they talk about his.
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Goofy bitch.
No.
Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty. They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it. You got your ripped open. Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of Fuck Off, the kiddie edition. Get his ripped open. Now everything's coming out, and the first thing you do is run the Bali with another kiddie rap who works with the man, L.A. Reid, that sent you to the Diddy flavor freak off. Now you got Justin Bieber breaking up relationships and shit. Suck Odell Beckham dick at the club, and the next thing you know, he don't even want Kim no more. That's what they learned at the freak off. How to steal bitch nigga.
Now you said no Diddy, but it seems like there is Lil Rod has come out who he produced the Love album, and it seems like he has recordings, pictures of a whole year and a half.
Smart guy.
Year and a half with Diddy, not getting paid to where he's
Smart
like.
guy.
It seems like you can't say no to Diddy the way he's putting it out. Like there's a lot of things like, why didn't he say no?
Yeah, that you don't go. You don't go. Why go? They gonna drug you. You gonna ask for a glass of water. It's gonna be laced with that Tootsie. Let the good times roll. Like if I knew that there's a possibility that I might get raped and drugged if I go to this party, and I go anyway. I just wish they would tell all these little niggas the truth. You know, when they court them with the record deals and the contracts and the chains and the cars and the girls. And I wish they would tell them the truth. Listen to me. All you got to do is let these 8 fuck the dog shit out of you tonight. I get all that for you tomorrow. Because that's what's going to happen. Like, why can't you be up front, you know?
I didn't believe this until I watched the Nickelodeon documentary where the kids were, basically, I don't want to say groomed, but they were technically assaulted based on saying, hey, here's the contract. They don't tell us up front, but they say, oh yeah, this guy is gay. But he's touchy-feely. They warn you. And on one of the episodes where a father said,
I just want to let you know, before you do this scene, this man is a predator, okay? If you see something, say something, okay? But nobody wants to hear it. Like the
to put someone's career on the line. To say, hey,
that's what they do.
If you don't do this.
It seems there's a lot of talk about Justin Bieber being pushed around and forced into things he didn't want to do, possibly because of some pressure. Some say he had to do certain things if he wanted to make it big in his career. And even Usher, the guy who first signed him, might have been involved in all of this, which adds another layer to the whole situation. It makes you wonder just how tough things really were for Bieber behind the scenes.
That Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up. And he started tapping him as if he was searching him and see if he had some kind of device on. Did you see that? Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber and Diddy did that on tape? That means in his mind, he think this person may be a witness. What he has just done that is against the law.
Nothing that we've seen.
Tampering with a federal witness. If they have already talked to Justin Bieber prior to him doing that, he goes and look like he's searching him. It appears that he's asking Justin Bieber, yo, you got a wire or something like that? Like, you're tampering with a federal witness. That's a charge right there that can land him in jail. Reckless. That was real reckless.
Man, it's gonna be kind of crazy to see.
Situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember, Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room, had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows. The white guy with the curly hair. What's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Damn, man. And you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
This tangled web of grooming and scandal begins with Clive Davis, a music industry titan who wielded considerable influence. Davis empowered Diddy, allowing him to create Bad Boy Records under the umbrella of Arista Records. From there, Diddy's reach extended to signing Usher, a rising star in the making. But the saga doesn't end there. Usher's journey takes a turn when he partners with Braun to establish the Raymond Braun Media Group, a move that ultimately brings Justin Bieber into the mix. It's like a pyramid scheme of sorts, with each layer of the industry hierarchy breeding its own set of controversies and misdeeds. Sadly, it's the innocent artists like Usher and Bieber who find themselves caught in the crossfire. unwitting pawns in a game of power and manipulation orchestrated by figures like Diddy. And as the layers of this scandalous pyramid unfold, it becomes increasingly evident that the allure of fame and fortune often comes at a steep price for those at the mercy of industry giants.
I opened up myself after the failure of my second marriage, never having had anything with a man, to see, could I be attracted to the person and not the gender? And I did find that I could be attracted to a man, while I still am very attracted to a woman. Mm-hmm. So the adage that you're either gay, straight, or lying is not true. And so I deal with that in my book. At the end of the book, obviously the whole book is my life in music, but I was not going to write about my autobiography and not include that. And I do hope that society is moving forward to accept the person rather than their preference at the given time.
Baffling how someone like Diddy seems to have a free pass to skirt the law without consequences. Rumor has it that he's got an insider, maybe even a connection to the government. Some say he's a Fed himself. It's like he's got his fingers in every pie, including law enforcement. Take the day of the supposed raid, for example. Despite officers supposedly having no clue about it, Diddy somehow gets wind of the plan and conveniently isn't home when they show up. Not only that, but all his properties are conveniently in his children's names, just in time to dodge any legal trouble. It's no wonder Justin Bieber is keeping his distance until Diddy's innocence or guilt is proven. With all these suspicious circumstances, who can blame him for not wanting to get caught in the crossfire or not speaking up on time in case it backfires on him, maybe until the court finds him guilty? Maybe then and only then would the unbridled truth about him come out.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs. Let's bring in CNN security correspondent Josh Campbell and CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson. Josh, let me start with you. What do these raids by federal agents in multiple locations tell you about the seriousness of this investigation?
Yeah, Wolf, a very significant development here, seeing this law enforcement action taking place. I'll point out, just to be clear at the outset, we don't know that Sean Diddy Combs himself is the subject or target of a federal investigation. So it's just worth pointing that out at this hour. But what we do know is that two properties associated with him, we saw the feds descend on those properties. We saw on aerial footage, federal agents both here in the Los Angeles area as well as in Miami at those residences. Now, the Department of Homeland Security, their what's called HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, gave CNN a statement. I'll read you part of that when asked about what this activity is. They say that earlier today, HSI New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. That is it, confirming that they are conducting what they're deeming law enforcement action, which could indicate search warrants being conducted there, could indicate arrests being conducted. We just don't know at this hour specifically what that law enforcement action is. It is worth pointing out, though, that Combs himself obviously has faced significant legal woes in recent months. I'll give you just the highlights of what actually occurred. In November, he was sued for rape and abuse by a former partner. That lawsuit was then settled very quickly. But in December, he faced sexual assault allegations in a complaint filed in the Southern District of New York. The suit was brought by a woman referred to as Jane Doe, who said that she was 17 at the time when these allegations took place back in 2003. He was accused of sex trafficking and gang rape, among other allegations, also in that suit naming two of his associates. Of course, Combs denied any wrongdoing there. And then just last month, a former employee of Combs filed a suit also in the state of New York, accusing him of sexual assault, of sexual harassment, and, quote, grooming. That former employee stated that he had worked for Combs between 2022 and 2023. Among those allegations, allegations. This former employee, a male employee, said that Combs did not compensate him for his music production work and forced him to procure and interact with sex workers, threatened him with serving alcoholic beverages laced with drugs to guests at parties at Combs' home. And then Combs' son, Justin Combs, was also accused of soliciting prostitutes and underage girls at his father's homes. Again, the Combs have denied any wrongdoing, but just a series of allegations that we've seen taking place. Final point, Wolf, I'll note is that while we don't know the specific allegations or why the feds are at these residences, it is worth pointing out the agency that is conducting this law enforcement activity. It's not the FBI, it's not the DEA or the ATF. This is HSI, Homeland Security Investigations. For those unfamiliar, this is an agency that has long been the forefront specifically at human trafficking investigations. So although we don't have the specifics yet, we're starting to we can glean just based on which agency has the lead, the direction this might go. But again, we don't yet know that Combs himself was the target of the investigation, Wolf. We do know at this hour that federal agents were at two of his homes, both here in Los Angeles and in Florida, Wolf.
Yeah, important points. Joey Jackson, now let me repeat, we don't know if Sean Diddy Combs himself is under investigation, but clearly, Joey, it's not good if your homes are actually being raided.
No, it's not, Wolf. And I think, whatever conclusions can be
Today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned.